Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3 and would like to present about one of the Malaysian ethnic, which is Iban. So, here we go.
The origin of the Iban's name still remains mystery. Some people claim that the word Iban comes from an ancient Iban word that means a person or a man. The Iban, also known as a Dayak Iban, is a Dayak ethnic group that may be found in the Sarawak, West Kalimantan, Brunei, and Tawau Sabah. Some people say that the Sea Dayak got the nickname from the exploit of a small group of Iban pirates on the Borneo coast in the 19th century. Sometimes they are mistakenly known as a Sea Dayak due to their boarding powers, but they are actually an upriver tribe from Kalimantan's core. According to the oral tradition, the Iban social culture was formed and developed in Tampun Jauh before dividing into several subtribes that exist today. The Sea Dayak were known as the Dayak Iban during the British colonial time in Sarawak in the Dutch colonial period in West Kalimantan. The Ibans are Sarawak's largest ethnic community after the Malays, Chinese, and Indians, accounting for 30% of the state's 2.5 million residents. They live in Sarawak district and section from Lundu in southern Sarawak and to Tawau in Sabah. The Ibans have now spread throughout peninsular Malaysia. Most Ibans live in communities in log houses, which are frequently built on the banks of river or by the side of road to enable work, communication, and socialization. The way of life is built on traditional law, taboos, tolerance, and intimate kinship with one to another. The majority of Iban people now acknowledge Christianity as a religion, but at the same time still maintain the customary values and cultural characteristics that symbolize the tradition of the Iban community. Despite the religious difference, Iban of various faiths come together during Gawais and Christmas to help one another.
Food. The first is pansuh manok, or the other name is ayam pansuh, which consists of chicken and lemongrass cooked in a bamboo log over an open fire. The second traditional dish in Iban is umai. Umai is a raw fish-based cuisine with a great flavor created by combining numerous ingredients such as onion, chili, salt, and lemon juice. Shrimp or squid also can be used to make it. The combination of ingredients has resulted in raw fish, shrimp, or squid being cooked spontaneously without the need of stove. With head rice, this meal is absolutely excellent. The third is penganan. Penganan is a popular Sarawak dessert made from traditional Iban ingredients. It is frequently served as an obligatory meal at Gawai Day celebration. This cake is produced with rice flour, sugar, and a few additional ingredients that are combined until a well-blended dough is formed. Before being cooked in boiling oil, the final dough will be kneaded. The fourth is kemiding. Kemiding is a vegetable that prepared with midin belacan. And the last part is tuak, type of alcohol-based beverages. Thank you.
It is Sarawak traditional dress. Iban means traditional clothing. Kain sirat or kain cawat is the basic clothing of the Iban people. Sirat is a piece of cloth measuring 50 cm melting 500 cm. The end of this fabric of the cotton which embroidering of wearing. Dengdong. It is a shawl cloth worn by Iban men. Dengdong is wider than bendong. The length of the dengdong is not fixed because this cloth is used as a web for offering item in cutting ceremonies. Next, Iban woman traditional clothing. Bidang. Iban woman we sarong called feet. The sarong is narrow and only about the ledge of the king. Usually, the feet is made of a piece of cane Missouri, 130 centimeter melting, 16 centimeter, and causing of two similar feet of cloth joined together. Clumby. The Iban cloth called clumby of two types, namely clumby with sleeve and clumby without sleeve. The clumby cutting is very simple, consisting of a rectangular piece of cloth folded in half. The side tank and left room for a horse or case. The length of the clumby vary, some as long at the back and some as long as the chins. Sekian, terima kasih.
The Iban language, Jaku Iban, is spoken by Iban people and branch of the Dayak ethnic group living in Brunei, West Kalimantan, Indonesia and Sarawak. The Iban language include the Malay of the Austronesian language family, which is Malayo-Polynesian. The Iban people have their own language and are not much different in every place except in terms of intonation, not only in Sarawak but in Kalimantan and around the world. There are several types of Iban language which are Sibu, Kanowik, Julai, Seri Aman, Betong, Roban, Melayu Sarawak, Pakan and many more. So, this is an example of the types Iban language.
Ngajar kita ayat simple. Siapa nama Nuan? Kita boleh nak Nuan, Dek ataupun Kuak. Kira-kira kau selalu nak Kuak. Tapi ada yang formal. So boleh nak Dek ataupun Nuan. Kau tinduk aku. Mar, main manok tu. Ada nombor ke tu? Ada nombor ke tu? Bajak main Nuan? Sigat Manuan.
The Iban language, also known as the master of language by the world. The Dayak Iban community is the only Bumiputra race in Malaysia that has a writing system called Turai. The Iban community is the only indigenous people in Borneo who have a pictorial writing system called Papan Turai. The function of Papan Turai is to help and facilitate the process of remembering folk poem leka main such as Tusut, Pengap and Sabak, which are very long and take overnight to recite in something certain ceremonies and gawai stay. It is a pattern writing which is written on piece of board by an Iban poet, and it has no less than 59 alphabets that represent pronunciation sounds like Roman script. The written system was effective when the Iban people were able to refer descendants up to 15 previous generation with an impressive degree of accuracy and even record important event. This is the greatness of the Iban writing system Papan Turai, which make it proof that the Iban ethnic civilization that represent the indigenous people of Borneo Dayak is sitting as high as other nation in the world. Thank you.
Iban culture. The Iban community live in longhouse. They are the same as other Dayak community like Bidayo. A traditional longhouse is built from exihuan timber, tied with creeper fiber, and roof with leaf thatch. The long covered gallery that runs the length of an Iban longhouse is called the ruai. The Tuah Pura religious head take care of all religious activity. The Tuan Rumah village head is the administrator and custodian of Iban customary law and the arbiter in community conflict. Iban are a very democratic and egalitarian people.
Next, Iban traditional dance. First, Ngancat was originally performed as a celebrate ritual to welcome warriors returned from battle, as they performed during Gawai Dayak as thanksgiving for the bountiful harvest or as a celebrate welcome to the visitor to the longhouse. Second, this variation of the Ngancat Hindu performed by women displays the grace and beauty of the culture and tradition of the Iban. The dance depicts the daily activity of the Iban community such as waving the Puah Kumbu. Next, Rejang Biyuh or Eagle Dance is popular among the Bidayuh tribe of Sarawak, usually performed after the harvest season as a form of entertainment for guests to the longhouse. Next, Kancet Ngeleput is a warrior dance of the Orang Ulu tribe, performed by a male dancer in full warrior attire. Next, Alu Alu dance of the Malanau tribe in Sarawak is an integral part of the funeral rites of the tribe. Alu Alu is not considered a traditional dance but a new creation dance at Sarawak. One of the male dancers climbed to the top of the bamboo pole with support of his fellow dancer holding the pole up. This portion of the dance needs a strength and bravery. Last, Daton Juluk dance is a tradition of the Orang Kenyah tribe and also known as the Hornbill dance. The idea of the dance to celebrate happiness and gratitude. There is no limit to how many dancers are to perform.
Mary said, in Iban society, it's usually men who decide on marriage. If a youngster have consented to a girl, his parent or representative will go to the girl's house to pick a flower. This is meant to ask for consent from the girl's side. After obtaining consent, the bride will determine the gift, duit hantaran, and the condition of marriage. The family of the youngster will bring a crew of not less than 5 to 20 people consisting of the elderly in the youngster family. Currently, it includes dowry and other related matters. If an agreement has been reached, the young man's father will remove the lapis or the silver grilled fish or a sword as a sign of engagement. Next is Meminang and Bertunang. When the girl parents find out the marriage could be considered, they will determine the day for a male party representative to carry in the heirloom ring. The ring is also called the ring wedding for a dream. The ring must be brought in the morning. A ring on each finger is a sign of engagement. The engagement period will be set. If the engagement is broken because of the one cheating, then whoever commit the cheating will be fined to atone for the shame of the family or the cheat party. But if the engagement is severed due to death and other reason, then the relationship between the man and the woman is still going well. And last is wedding ceremony. Iban community bride and groom wedding ceremony various preparation will be made for the upcoming wedding ceremony. On behalf of the man's family, they will provide expenses and items that should be given to a woman's family. The girl's family also made various preparations, including hunting animals for slaughter on the wedding day. To invite guests, both parties appoint their respective representative to manage the wedding invitation. The representative carried several strings of knot rope that show how many days the wedding will take place. If the rope has 5 knots, it means the wedding will take place in another 5 days. A special representative will lead the knot rope of the housekeeping or head of the longhouse, who is responsible for untying the knot on the daily basis.
Here I will share a few things about the Iban festival. Gawai festival is celebrated by the Iban and Bidayuh community in Sarawak. Gawai festival also known as Gawai Dayak. Usually, the festival is celebrated by the end of May and beginning of June each year. On the feast of Gawai festival, various types of food and tuak water will be offered to the god of rice and milk. The Gawai festival is a time for everyone to have fun while eating with tuak water. One of the most dancing events at the Gawai festival is Ngajak Lesung. The dancer will show strength by lifting the mortar of the rice fields using his teeth. Ngajak dancer is also an important thing for Iban people to celebrate on their festival before war and after harvest.
Now we'll be explaining the taboos of Iban. Mali means a taboo. They consider anything that is the displeasure to their gods and spirit as mali, to the extent that even the tribe children are afraid of the word. Taboo violations are typically met with sanction aimed at restoring cosmic and social balance. It is everything supernaturally cause misfortune. Here are some examples of taboos. First, the silent omen. If a person is going fishing, they cannot say they are, as they believe they will come up empty. Second, forethought tragedy. If a person is going into the jungle and heard a certain bird chirp, which is burung ketupung, it means a bad luck, and they should avoid going in or else they will get harmed. Third, the bloody house. The ritual of sacrificing animals for the blood before beginning a project. For example, the animal blood is spilled on the foundation of the building. It is because they believe it can appease the spirits and ensure that the project goes smoothly. Last but not least, the sign of maturity. At attaining maturity, the Iban will draw tattoos on their body as a way of showing great spirit of their warriorship. The name of the tattoo is Bungai Turung.
In conclusion, each race has its own unique and privilege. What is interesting for the Iban people is that although the world is now more advanced with technology, but the originality of their culture still remains to this day. So respect and love our custom and culture.